Oh, don't mind me, I'm just looking out the window at nothing. Which is the equivalent of watching today's film, Goodbye, Dragon Inn. Oh boy, am I excited to talk about today's movie, Goodbye, Dragon Inn, from 2002, an action-packed thriller of a film in which a dilapidated, going-out-of-business movie theater screens the classic film Dragon Inn one last time as, at one point, a dog walks by. If that sounds really dull and uninteresting and uneventful, well, you're right. It most certainly is. And also, I really liked it, and I can't stop thinking about it. If this film proves anything, it's that there's different scenarios that work for different viewings of different types of films. This is the type of film that you watch alone. In shame. There's something very sleepy about it and weirdly comforting. It takes place on a rainy night. There's almost no dialogue. The deliberately slow pacing, the static shots, having shots linger on long after characters have exited the frame, the almost constantly stationary camera. It puts this film not only in the category of slow cinema, but in the category of films that really make you think. Thoughts such as, is the editor okay? Is he on life support? Is anyone going to say anything? What am I doing with my life? We start to piece together that this theater is really just a destination for men to cruise for one another, which starts out kind of funny as they keep sitting next to each other uncomfortably close, and then it just becomes weirder the longer it goes on. I like the idea of this movie playing out in real time and the screening of the original film Dragon Inn always being vaguely discernible no matter how faintly in the background as the characters move about the theater and move through every last crevice of the theater. It really gives you this feeling of liminal space and that we're also seeing these kind of private and mundane moments. This is truly one of those movies where the director has to trust his audience, not only with their level of patience, but also being able to infer the emotions coming from characters with little or often no dialogue whatsoever. And then there's fleeting glimpses of humor throughout the movie, such as the mysterious hot lady sitting at the back just eating peanut after peanut after peanut and leaving a disturbing amount of peanut shells on the ground. This film immortalizes the movie theater itself, and it almost makes the movie theater become a character within the film, and it just comes from such a pure place and for such a love and respect for movies and movie theaters. Now, I can acknowledge that this movie is certainly slower than most. It's just such a breath of fresh air. And movies like this, slow cinema and ambient music, for example, these types of genres really challenge your listening habits and your attention span. And I have to say, once that first bit of dialogue came through, I was legitimately like, whoa! And if anything, it helps to just watch it on your phone so that you can't keep interrupting it by opening and closing Instagram. Although, the mere notion of watching a movie, especially one like this, on their phone, I could already just feel certain filmmakers putting their fatwa on my ass. And having a methodically, slowly paced movie helps to put you in the shoes of the characters who inhabit these worlds. And it's also a little atypical for this kind of slow cinema, because typically movies that are long and really slow and uneventful, they have this heavy socio-political context. This one's just kind of like, a little spooky, a little bit haunted, but just kind of interesting, almost a little slice of everyday life. There's an editorial from 2010 called Passive Aggressive that not only argues that it might be potentially lazy on the part of a director to have a long, pretentious, minimal film and leaving the burden on the audience and critics to make head or tail of the meaning of the film, but it's also passive-aggressive, making an audience wade through this long, impenetrable movie to try to find meaning in it. What I don't respect is some of the comments that were made in a recent article where directors and actors were asked to give their opinions on the use of AI in film. And as you could guess, all the sexy and talented and cool people were not in favor of AI, and all the hacks were pro-AI. Oh, one day everybody will have AI, and then everyone can make their own version of Star Wars. If you threw up in your mouth a little bit, congratulations, you're a human being and your nervous system works. Also, what a relief that this is just a one-and-done movie. I love just one-and-done movies. There's no, the lady with the limp is going to be back next summer in Goodbye Again, Dragon Inn. Now, if there was a modern American remake, it would be starring Margot Qualley, and it would end with a ghost jump scare going, "Hello, Dragon Inn." And yet, this is another in an increasing list of movies that I liked, and I still can't really recommend. If somebody were to be like, "Yeah, what was that movie you reviewed the other day? The Goodbye," don't, don't watch it. It's fine. Just drink water, stay hydrated, and stay sexy.